John, we've just been talking about how a week is a long time in football. This time last week we were talking about an unbeaten run. Now you've had back-to-back defeats. What are your thoughts and what can you change?
Well, you just got to keep going for the start. You know, if you look at this week, you look at Liverpool last night getting brickbats thrown at them. Chelsea with their problems and the manager going. And, you know, a week ago, before that, you know, things were rosy. Liverpool were winning 9-0. And things can change very, very quickly in football. What you've got to not do is let a negative influence spread throughout the team, throughout the club, throughout the staff, throughout the players. You've got to remain positive. You can make excuses. There's reasons and there's excuses. And sometimes there's a fine line between reasons and excuses, you know, and you're clutching at straws. We know in the main we've been doing okay, and I think the performance against Ipswich, you were arguably the best team of the league at the moment, was very acceptable. You know, I remember speaking to Andy Olton here afterwards, and he was, you know, he's gone away with loss, but he was quite pleased with what he saw from the players. And I've got to say, even watching the game on Tuesday and watching it back, we've still applied ourselves quite well. We've just gone to sleep in important areas, and you know, 3 out of the 4 goals that we've conceded, which has cost us both games from the weekend onto Tuesday, was lapses in concentration. 2 from throw-ins, 1 from corner, and then the other one's a deflection. And I think if you look at the way them lads have been performing, you know, you could count on maybe you could count on centre halves doing the job for the big part of the game, and all of a sudden things get taken away from them. It's not in their domain, and other people go asleep. And you know, people are always looking. We defend as a team and we attack as a team, but if you look at the way our team's defended in the last two games, they've done quite well, but lost both games. Or our defence has. Sorry, our defences have defended well. And then you got to look at on the back of who we've got playing. So Doug and Ryan, who I think have done really well since they've come in, they've barely played 10 games between them, if that. And I don't think they would have played 10 games between them in the Football League. So it's a learning curve for them. And what we've got to do is we've got to remain positive and think about what we can do to turn. You know, you say turn it round, it's 2 defeats, but you don't want to go on a run where you're losing games. And we've got to keep defending the way we are, just improve the concentration levels, and then we've got to have a bit more of a cutting edge up front. We've got to be more dynamic. We've got to take our opportunities quicker. We've got to see our opportunities quicker. We've got to have better movement and better delivery. And some of that can be addressed on the coaching pitch or the coaching field. And give them scenarios that we think can improve them. Organise them into a better shape. You know, much is said about how you play and isolating your forwards or forwards. And it all comes down to it, it's 11v11. It doesn't matter what shape you play, it doesn't matter how many you play up front or how little you play up front and how many you play at the back. It's 11v11, and you can't knock our lads' application and effort. And again, we've gone away from home and had 17 shots. So we're getting into the situations which shows that there's not a great deal wrong with the system that we're playing. What we'd like to do is maybe get more people involved in the box, get better deliveries into the box. And you can highlight that through doing a little bit of analysis, and you know, we will look at the video back today and just point in areas where we've done well and also areas there where we need to improve on, and different options that we could have took that maybe would have enhanced our chances of scoring. I think think we're second or third in the league for the shots on goal, or shot attempts, but not so much on goal, and that's the thing that's got to improve. We've got to work goalkeepers now.
Have you got enough quality in attack?
Well, I think we have. You know, but I don't think that the team that we've got now, it's difficult to cope with losing Coley and Joe Pritchard, two of our quite influential players in and around the box who can shift the ball and shoot quickly, who can go past people. So, but we've still got enough quality in the team. You know, we've got Sean McConville, who's had a good start to the season, who's experienced, who's already chipped in with a few goals. We've got Tommy Lee, who's scoring goals. Matt, he only admittedly got off the mark last week, but you know, there's goals in Matt, there's goals in Sean Worley because he's an experienced player. Ethan Hamilton would like to get more of because we just need to get him more into shooting positions. And we've got, Mitch who can bomb forward. We've got players who can handle the ball. We've just got to find a formula to keep teams pinned in. Because I think the one thing that we're not doing as much as what we've done in the past is when we've got teams by the throat, we keep them there, you know what I mean? And we haven't. I think we've let teams out too easy, and that's something that we've got to change.
That's pressing, isn't it? And being
well, it's not so much pressing.
Management.
It's pressing and keeping, when you win the ball, not giving the ball away cheaply, and that's something that we've highlighted time and time again. That's got to improve.
A few managers have spoken about the free transfer market. Is that somewhere where you're constantly looking or not?
The free transfers for a reason, by the way. Or unattached, I think you're thinking of now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Not free transfers, because
you
can't take a free transfer, you can take an unattached player. They're unattached for a reason, most of them. You might get the odd gem in there. I'd never rule that out, that's for sure. And, with the injuries we've had to the forward players, we possibly could do it another one. But we'll have to wait and see if a good opportunity comes, and if the good opportunity comes, whether it's worth taking or not. I can't fault the support we've had, from above. Andy's backed us 100%. So I'm not one of these managers who's saying, "Oh, I'm not getting the backing of the people above," because I have, and he's probably let me push the budget more than what he should have done, really. I'm grateful for that. But you can't predict the amount of injuries we've had. You know what? I'm talking about Joe Pritchard and Coley, but you're forgetting about Roz as well. Yeah. And Roz is a player who can go past people for fun. He's taking him out the side with a hamstring injury, so we've had a couple of these runs where we've been decimated through injuries. We always find a way to get through it, and I'm sure we will do this time around.
Is it getting harder this league, or can you make progress this season, or is it going to be a struggle to stay up?
I think it's always a struggle to stay up before you start, so we're not immune to that, and we'll never close our eyes to that. We know we can compete against any team. We proved that last week against Ipswich, and they knew they were in a game, and that game could have gone either way. Anyone who's honest, that game could go either way. I know you can say they've got a bit more quality than us, but you wouldn't have saw it for 75 minutes, or saw the difference. So we've just got to keep going, and we've got to believe in the players, and they've got to believe in us, and I think they do.
You've got another away game this week, and I know the other night you said you won't travel away again.
Oh,
is that true?
Yeah, it is true in the context for the Tuesday night game. It's just too long a trip.
No matter the distance.
No matter what the distance is, we're not going to on a Tuesday night. It might be different if you're playing on a Saturday and you go to like Plymouth. Yeah. You've got no option. But Tuesday nights we can travel anywhere in the country and get there in the day. So we've got to do that because it's just too long. It's an arduous trip. And that's something that we've thought about in the past, and I'm going to have to draw the line under them Tuesday nights. We're not going to go on a Monday ever again.
You've spoken to other people about that situation and the psychology of staying overnight before.
Yeah, there's a difference of opinion. I can only I can only go on what I'm seeing. I wouldn't say we were sluggish, but we're nowhere near like the team I know we can be when we travel on the day. So.
Can you put your finger on why?
I don't know, but it might be coincidental. But if you don't explore it, you'll never know.
You did the double over Lincoln last season. Obviously, they've changed manager in the summer, so how do you feel about this one this weekend?
Well, that'll have no bearing last season's results. Difficult place to go to. We've had some great games against them in the past.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a tough game. I'm sure they're expecting a tough game from us. You know, our lads are licking the wounds at the moment. We know it was a missed opportunity on Tuesday. And the best way of easing that pain is to go out and do something about it. And thankfully, we've got that opportunity on Saturday.
You want to install a winning mentality, don't you? You've already won once on your travels this season.
Well, we've only lost once on the travels. So, you know, that's...
Are you better away from home this season?
No, we're not. We're not better or worse, because it's too early to be judging on that. What I will say is, I've looked at our set of lads, and you couldn't ask for a more committed bunch. They give their all. They were devastated during the night, but they never stopped going. They never stopped trying, never stopped working. We've just got to work a little bit smarter.
Is it hard to pick up that dressing room after a defeat?
No, it won't be, because they're a great set of lads. They give their all. They were devastated during the night, but they never stopped going. They never stopped trying, never stopped working. We've just got to work a little bit smarter.
Is it hard to pick up that dressing room after a defeat?
No, it won't be, because they're a great set of lads. And they know my mentality. They know that we've never had really a blame culture here, where people want to blame individuals or point out. First person you got to look at is yourself. And I've always done that in my managerial career. And there's mistakes that you make, and I think I made a couple of mistakes during the night. Possibly could have led to us changing it around a bit, but you know, it's easy being wise after the event, but you learn from what you do. And going forward, that's all you can do. Every day should be a school day for you. Every day should be educational for you. If you're trying to improve yourself as a manager, yourself as a person, you've got to embrace that. And I think the lads, they know me, they know I've got a balanced personality, so I'll be the same as I was Tuesday morning, this morning. And I think that's a little bit of a comfort blanket for the players. Not making it too easy for them, because when we go through the video, people have to be told in no uncertain terms what they should be doing and what they shouldn't be doing. But give them also ideas to make decisions for themselves, because the minute you take that decision-making process out of players, you can't rely on them to make good decisions on the pitch when they have to. And it's not all structured starts, football. That's what makes football such a wonderful game. It's very fluid. You know, if you look at American football, that's very structured start. Cricket, structured start. And so possibly what makes football so exciting is the unpredictability of it. And you need players to be able to make decisions under pressure. And that's something that, you know, we can try and give them better ideas by analysing the performances in the past and how we can relate the past to what we're going to do in the future.
Just finally, John, on the injury situation, can you bring us up to date with where everyone's at?
One or two bumps and bruises from Tuesday, but nothing that'll keep players out, I would imagine. We're very hopeful Joe Pritchard's going to train today. We've lost Coley for the best part of 8 weeks, I think. We've lost Ros for the best part of 6. Michael Nottingham is out of his boot, out of his cast, he's in a boot now, so he's on the road to recovery. Jay Richbagger, who has a successful operation, which is good news. I'm hoping Big Torre is going to be taking part in training by next week. So that'll get another forward on who we can call upon. And there was one or two slight injuries from the 23s game the other day. So, yeah, you're looking for light at the end of the tunnel. For your long termers, that's, you know, it's no point thinking about that. But we've got to work with what we've got. We've got a great set of lads in there, and hopefully they'll come through on Saturday.